Okay, Don, hold Angie back.
This is 13.6 to the gutter, 26 feet to the peak. These are all natural ventilation. We have mid-ridge vents. You can see halfway up the side.
Yeah.
And what that allows is, being that we're plug growers, regardless of how much snow builds up in our gutters, we can still ventilate the house. There really has to be significant snow up there that we can't get our greenhouses open. All of these benches are static. When we go over to the new part of the range, I'll show you the updated with the rolling benches. But all of these benches are static. They come down. All of the floors have weed barrier on them. It's great. You take a leaf blower, you can clean the whole greenhouse, blow everything right out of it. The number one thing that we worry about is you start clean, you stay clean. By controlling weeds, by controlling fungus gnats, shore fly, all the other fun things that we have to deal with, keeping a clean environment is paramount. It gives you a much better product in the long run, and it also costs you less because you're not spraying every week for the insect nasties.
Yeah.
Again, you can see the difference in the tags. You have white and red and orange and green. Each one of those represents a week, but it represents a week in the fact that West Plug sells. We sell every week for our customers. We do not go out and create a large batch of, say, 300 or 400 trays of just like white impatiens and pull on that for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We actually sow to every order that comes through the farm. One of the advantages of using West Plug material over our competitors is we say our plants grow. On average, I can save someone 7 to 10 days of growing time because my plants are actively growing versus the material that's been stopped with growth regulator. You take that on a house this size, this greenhouse will use 6,000 gallons of oil in a week. If you take and break it down just to a bay, there's $500 to $800 worth of oil, per week. If I can put that in your pocket, my plugs are a much better advantage.
Right.
Now, the downside of that is that when my plug material shows up, you got to get it transplanted because it's still growing. The other ones they can throw in a corner, all the kids will be here on the weekend and they'll do it then. My material needs to get planted because it's actively growing. Each one of the bays has boom waterers in it that run up and down automatically. The growers can control it by computer, or they can control it by going along and putting a little magnet on the pipe, and the magnet will turn the switches on and off. So it'll actually go down water bench, skip 2 benches, water again, skip, or go all the way through. It can go up and down multiple times automatically.
Now, they're basically, if she wanted to control it as far as time-wise, well, this one gets at this time, that one gets at that time.
Yep. House has got an environmental control system in it. It's an Argus system. It actually controls the heat, the ventilation in stages. It'll just crack the greenhouse. It'll open the vents all the way up. It'll turn the heaters on in stages as it gets colder.
Well, if you keep a steady growth, what is your temperature set?
We average about 62.
62?
That's about our average temperature.
To get a steady
In here,
growth.
it's actually cooler. This material, there's 4 stages in plug growth. 1, 2, 3, 4. First one is, like you're saying, coming off the seeding line.
Right.
Second is you're starting to get growth with dicotyledon leaves. 3, you're getting true leaves and actual growth. 4, you've got a finished product, so you're tempering to condition that material to go out to other growers. This is what we would consider a stage 4 plug tray. This piece of greenhouse actually is open roof compared to the other ones. This actually hinges this way and opens right up to the sky. And the reason for that is air only moves about 120 feet by itself without having a fan push it. So the house is engineered for the air to fall in, cascade across the house and out the walls on the far side, automatically. This is where you entered the new one. And this is 3 years old. And this has all underbench heat, all hot water. Actually, another thing, we temper all the water that comes through the boom. We actually preheat it because what you don't want to do is dump 50-degree water on a warm tray.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, it's just like us. Quite literally, it's just like us. I mean,
Don't want to take a cold shower?
don't like taking a cold shower unless it's under certain circumstances. You want to maintain the active growth rate. You don't want to slow it down every day by dumping cold water on it. So we actually heat the water to 70 degrees.
Or you throw them in the shop.
Or you throw them in the shop, exactly. This greenhouse actually has rolling benches,
Oh, wow.
So you gain 20% more space just by eliminating aisle rows.
Yeah.
Creates a challenge sometimes when you're trying to get multiple crews all to work in the same space, but it's about every 4 benches that come together, and then there's a break, and then it's about every 4 spaces again. And here they're a lot more aggressive with short fly and fungus net. You can see the yellow tape actually run across the booms as a measure of control, because we'll catch the adults as the booms move up and down the house.
Great.
House has an energy curtain in it also. Actually over there it's black, here is silver. We can actually black the house out. We do an early garden month crop, so we can control the day length with number of short day plants. And here we could actually close the top of the house off, and it will give us about a 40% reduction in heat use over the winter in the colder parts. And then we can also use it for shading in the summer to cool the house down. Even without fans, we can usually get the house within 10 degrees of the outside air. This bay will have material brought to it. The center bay and the outside bay will actually have 20-foot carts put in it, and it'll be set up just like a supermarket. It'll start with A and run right around in a big circle. All the material that's grown on the farm, other than the hanging baskets, are brought to this area for picking every day. So all of my picking crew is right here. I have 3 or 4, I guess you want to call them scavenger crews, that are out running around the greenhouses, picking up,
trying to find stuff.
They bring material. They're theoretically they're bringing the best the greenhouse has down here for the girls to pick from. So we don't have 30 crews running all over 6 acres of greenhouse and 20 some odd acres of land. And they right on the cart, just like you see when it's delivered. You know, the same order form that you're working from, the same order form that I have on the computer. That same form is generated for the girls, and then we generate the invoice right from that. So everything follows step by step by step. And hanging baskets are our biggest challenge because they're scattered all over. They're up off the ground.
Wherever they fit.
Wherever they fit. We do not grow baskets, another good point. We do not grow baskets over any crop area because of stealing the sunlight. You will go to greenhouses and the entire roofs are covered with hanging baskets. And usually they can do a basket for less money because they're doing that. But also the quality of the flat underneath is not what we grow.
Right.
We worry about the quality of flat tremendously, so we will not grow baskets over crop areas. All of our baskets are grown over walkways or in our loading docks because of that.
Now, will they be brought out eventually?
Yeah, we have actually separate basket crews that bring material down. They'll line them up on the floor, and then they'll sleeve and pack from there, rather than have individual girls do it. There's actually dedicated, usually 2 to 3 person crews that will go ahead and do hanging basket orders. And about 85% of the time, that's why my orders are late getting done. The basket crew cannot keep up with the quickness that the girls generate here, because they're traveling distance and they're trying to organize. And they're running down a house. You know, they may run down an entire house and only take 6 hanging baskets out of it, because they're looking for the best basket in the whole row. We usually try and work in a 6-week crop rotation for the retailer. Yeah, the first time the truck comes, everybody's excited, yay! By the time we get to the last truck, if I see one more plant, you know. But everything that we grow in the spring all has to leave in 6 weeks. So, I mean, we've worked all of January, all of February, all of March, most of April, and then everything has to leave. So the whole place actually becomes almost 2 companies. There's one company specifically just dedicated to moving it. It's got to move. Got to put it on a cart, got to get it on a truck, got to get it out of here. While the rest of the company is still looking at production and trying to get the second turn off the bench, or doing the garden mum cuttings and getting them planted, getting the summer program done and planted and spaced. So everything pretty much has to move on a regular basis. And on Hill, my farm foreman will come to me many times and say, Edward, you know, what are we doing? We got to get rid of this. So, because I got stuff to put in its spot. This industry, unlike any other part of the agriculture industry, this industry has no secondary market. We cannot process it. We can't make juice out of it. We can't make cider. We can't make Dinty Moore stew. We can't do anything. It's perfect, and we throw it out.